All right, guys, I am on my way to a mushroom farm because I need some balance in my life. I will pick you guys back up when I get there. All right, stay tuned. Hey, AWV fan, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, I look forward to you being part of the fam. So the mushroom farm that I'm going to is my uncle's friend of a friend of a friend. And when I say that I am so happy that someone near me within an hour's drive is selling mushrooms. So when you put it in, well,
Yes,
this is like peat moss, right?
No, so we peat moss is usually used as a topping layer for a lot of things. But the way we do it, we use hardwood fuel pellets and soybean hulls.
Okay.
We'll use a 50-50 ratio and then hydrate it at 60% hydration. So it ends up like we use about 2 pounds of the dry substrate and then about 6 pounds of the wet, so it ends up being about 10-pound bags.
Okay.
And then we'll take our grain. These are just some that I inoculated the other day, so these might be a little further along. Oh no, these are the older ones.
Okay.
But they'll probably show a little bit more mycelium next week.
Nice.
So we'll take the grains and then we'll break it up and broadcast it across our substrate.
Okay.
So we'll normally cook about 40 bags. Hush, Southpaw. We usually cook about 40 bags a barrel, so normally like 80 bags a week.
Okay.
If not
Oh,
more.
wow. I know you guys probably sell out too a lot because
Generally the restaurants will buy up what we have, but we also have it kind of like we have the parameters for what our clientele is.
Okay.
And if we pick somebody up, we can scale up and start producing more if we need to. But yeah, we have the capability of getting up to 250 pounds a week. Right now we're probably sitting at like 175, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, when I was in Pennsylvania, I have a problem. I can just go to a farmer's market and pick because of a lot of farmers up there. But when I got back down here, I was like, and then I would go to. I didn't plan on filming, but one of the owners allowed me to film, and I hope you guys get a better understanding of the mushroom process as well as I did.
150 gallon or 300 gallon, I always forget. But anyways, they have a false bottom in here, so it's basically it's got a water inlet and then a like a water heating element. So it basically creates a lot of steam, and it gets up to about 270 degrees. So that pasteurizes everything. And this is what we do. This is where we put our bulk substrate.
Okay.
So basically, like cooks off most bacteria and contaminants because it's the same substrate that all other bacteria and molds are going to want to grow on.
Now I have the name of the farm, but tell me what's the name of the mushroom farm?
Southern Brothers Farms.
Okay, and that's located here in Brunswick, Georgia, off the exit 29. So for all you campers, I have a camping channel. For all you campers that are going to Blythe Island, don't forget to stop by here. So this is awesome. And you have to keep it at a certain temperature back here?
Yeah, we gotta keep it anywhere between 60 and 70 degrees.
Oh, wow.
For mushrooms trying to fruit, they want like cool, humid environments. So a lot of high humid producing mushrooms to create spores to go on the next generation. So we're just recreating those kind of environments to make it more fruit.
because I know.
moisture hybrid.
Okay.
So they hybridize it to make it applicable for indoor cultivation,
Okay.
as well as it has nice and soft stems. So typically moistures really have hard and lignet stems. You can really harvest the cactus have nice and soft stems all the way down. I don't have these are black pearls here, but they're not fully developed yet. But the black pearls are it's an oyster and a trumpet hybrid.
Oh, okay.
So
I've
they
seen
have a
those
bit more,
before.
Yeah, they have a bit more of like elongated stems and kind of that trumpet like look to them.
And with the lion's mane, I think I'm gonna take 2 pounds of the lion's mane. Yeah.
But yeah, the lion's mane here, this one, we tend to pick these before they start to ciliate.
Okay.
So they're not producing a lot of spores, and it's they store better without having all that cilia around everything. And then over here we've got some reishi. These are antler reishis. These turned out really good. And then I also have some turkey tail here, but they're not fruiting for us. They're just kind of, possibly, I don't know if these are gonna, these are starting to look like they could be pin sets, but the thing with this is they take a long time. They take a lot of space. Here. This is our bag space. So this is where we do all of our bulk inoculation. So these are the bags when they come out of the barrels. So that we'll take our grains. You can see a set of. I'm actually working on this.
Oh, okay.
You can see our grains there, and then we'll take those and inoculate all these bags. We'll broadcast it across these bags. And then once those are fully colonized, we'll move those out to our
And this is the pressure.
This is our pressure cooker.
Okay.
So we put our grains in the pressure cooker because it's the beginning of the life phase. So if we catch contamination early on that, we'll be able to not broadcast. We won't broadcast it, so we won't contaminate all the other substrate.
Got it.
So that's part of the reason why we use bags, so it can kind of contain stuff like that. Like if one gets contaminated, it's not going to spread across everything else.
Okay.
But if it happens with the grain spawn, here's
This is
some
awesome.
colonized grain spawn here. So we'll take this.
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll just break it up, and then I'll be able to broadcast this. So like each little kernel now has a little bit of mycelium, so that's another inoculation point. And like I mentioned earlier, all other mold and bacteria are going to want to grow on that substrate. So having all these different inoculation points makes the mushrooms want to colonize it faster and take over before anything else can be hit. So like that's one reason why they have to be sterile with their work, as well as have the mushrooms have the best chance of taking over the substrate. Because once it takes over, it's going to be mold resistant.
Yeah.
Because in nature, that's what they're competing against anyway. So they're inherently mold and
good mold versus bad mold. Yeah.
And all most molds and bacteria. Let's see, bacteria is going to be 10,000 times faster than gourmet mushrooms, and then mold is going to be 30,000 times faster. So it's really slow compared to how fast the other stuff can colonize. So again, that's why we have to try and pasteurize and cook off everything that we can and make sure that only our mycelium is what's growing in our bags.
Great.
To make sure we don't have.
Yeah, because I was wondering when a lot of times when I was watching videos on how it's done, I'm like, how do they not cross contaminate, and how they now I'm hearing it firsthand, versus watching a video, because they don't actually just tell you. They're like, oh, well, do this and do that, and then some people who cares? It's just a mushroom. I'm like, it's a mushroom that you're gonna eat.
Yeah.
So
you want to make sure it's clean and nothing else competing with it. But yeah, that's our tour.
Those are gorgeous.
Thank you.
So we got the lion's mane in the bag. That is lion's mane because it didn't hear me.
And then also the spit blocks are actually really good for like gardens and stuff. Because you can use them and just spread them over your garden plot. We actually get a lot of farmers that'll use them, and it's a primary decomposer, so it encourages all your secondary and tertiary decomposers to show up and start decomposing as well, because it makes all the hard stuff get broken down faster, so that way the other ones can come in and start breaking it down as well. So
awesome.
It actually, apparently it can encourage like a lot of earthworms to show up, from what we've learned from other farmers.
And this is
the mushroom, the spent blocks. So we can still utilize the spent blocks to go into like farming and agriculture. These here, so once these are done fruiting, we'll throw them out in that trailer, and then we can broadcast that over a garden plot or something. And it'll create like a mycelial mat as well to help retain moisture as well.
this one's in my rise coffee that I get.
Oh yeah, it's really, so the way the reishi works, so it's different than caffeine. But if you distill, you can make like tinctures, so you can just drop that in your coffee or something. But it's also like a mild blood thinner as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't take a lot of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I prefer this to be like a tincture because it's just really bitter. It's also supposed to be good for the lungs.
Yeah, that's
This was an awesome experience, and thank you, Southern Brothers Farms, for allowing me to film and learn a lot more about mushrooms. And ladies and gentlemen, here they are, the stars of this evening, Mr. Blue, Mr. Maine, and Mr. Reishi. Please, will you give them a standing ovation?